They say that power comes at a price. But what if that price is your soul? There are stories, whispers of people who traded everything for wealth, fame and success, only to meet a terrifying end. This is the story of a man who may have made a deal with something not of this world and paid the ultimate price. Meet Daniel Kessler. In the early 1980s, he was a nobody, a struggling entrepreneur drowning in debt. No one believed in him, no one invested in him. His business ideas failed one after another, until suddenly everything changed. Within a year, Daniel went from absolute failure to an overnight millionaire. His business took off in ways that defied logic. Deals seemed to fall into his lap. Competitors mysteriously shut down. His fortune grew at an impossible speed, and yet there was something unsettling about it all. Fade to a photo of Daniel staring at the camera. His eyes seemed slightly different. Rumors began to spread. Some said Daniel had visited a secret society where forbidden knowledge was exchanged. Others believed he had traveled to an ancient site where he performed a ritual at midnight. But one story stood out, a tale too bizarre to ignore. A former employee claimed that Daniel once carried an old, tattered contract, one that he protected more than anything else. The employee swore that the contract wasn't written in ink, but in something darker. As Daniel's wealth grew, so did the strange occurrences around him. He was seen talking to empty spaces, as if someone unseen was whispering in his ear. His reflection didn't always match his movements. And then there was the clock incident. For years he ignored the signs, until he couldn't anymore. In his final years, Daniel became obsessed with breaking the deal. He met with priests, shamans, and occult experts, anyone who could help him undo what he had done. But the more he tried, the worse things became. Witnesses reported that Daniel would wake up screaming at exactly 3:33 a.m., his body covered in scratches. He became paranoid, convinced that someone or something was watching him. He refused to sleep alone. He refused to be in the dark. Then one night, Daniel vanished. No security footage, no signs of forced entry, just an empty bed and a single burned page from a contract lying on the floor. To this day, his body has never been found. His fortune mysteriously erased, and the contract, it was never recovered. Was it just bad luck? A guilty mind unraveling? Or was the contract real? And if so, is Daniel still paying his debt somewhere in the dark?